I recently bought a bunch of books from Book Outlet, so it's time for a book haul. You may notice where I had put these on my shelf until I took them down just now. But let's pretend I'm going to cover that up. That's good. First book I got is The Atlas Six by Olive Blake. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know much about this. Here's what I know. People say it's dark academia, has something to do with magicians and a secret society. Those two things, I'm already into it. I think it's going to be a fun adventure, and I'm excited to pick it up. Then I picked up The Faces by Tove Ditlevsen. Spoiler alert, I've already read this one. This is about a woman who just starts going crazy and is convinced that her husband and her maid are trying to kill her, and she starts seeing faces everywhere, and it's just kind of the story of her going mad. Obviously, that's up my alley. I love a crazy bitch. I love reading about the descent into madness and Mad Woman. These are all things that I enjoy. Next, we have The Waves by Virginia Woolf. I don't know anything about this book. What I do know is I was watching a video on YouTube of someone who was recommending easy-to-read classics for beginners, and they put this one on the list. I've read Mrs. Dalloway. Oh my god, I don't know why I said that so weird. I've read Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf before, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't like spectacular, but I think this one appeals to me a bit more. From the back it says that it follows 6 friends as they grow up, and it also says that it's seen as her response to the loss of her brother Toby, who died when he was 26. So that sounds very sweet. It also sounds very melancholy, so I'm into it. Sensing a theme with me not knowing much about these, so I'm sorry about that. Next is Fray and Zoe by J.D. Salinger. I picked this up because I've just seen it everywhere. I always see people posting photos of it. I always see it recommended as like people's favorite books. And the cover, well, one of the blurbs inside, it says that it's Salinger's best work. Not that I'm a huge fan, but that really intrigues me. I also just liked the cover a little bit, so it's a little bit of a cover buy. But I'm excited to go into this one completely blind and figure out what it's about as I go on. After that, we've got City of Saints and Madmen by Jeff Vandermeer. I picked this up because I liked the Annihilation series, and I really wanted to see what his other work was like. I know nothing about it other than science fiction. I'm hoping that it reads as fast-paced and as thrilling as Annihilation, and I'm hoping that it gives me some good feelings of doom, just like Annihilation did. After that, we have Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. This book, all I know about it is that it's like a generational novel. It follows 4 generations, I believe, of poor Korean immigrants. I don't know what it is about this book, but I just wanted to read it so bad out of nowhere like a month ago, and it was all I could focus on. And when I saw it on Book Outlet, that's what immediately made me buy this book and have this order in general. It says on the back that it's a story of love, sacrifice, ambition, and loyalty, so that's intriguing. I love some historical fiction. I haven't read any in a little while, so I think this will be a perfect one to pick up. After that, we have The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. This one I will admit I have read since putting in the order. It follows a young girl and the street that she lives on, which is full of like Hispanic immigrants living in Chicago, and I'm not going to say much about my personal thoughts about it because I'll just save that for a wrap up, but it's very short. It was very easy to get through. And the funny story is that I picked this one up because I follow, I'm subscribed to YouTubers, and I think their name is just like Mango Street, and they do like photography stuff on YouTube. And they mentioned that they got their name from this book, so when I saw it on Book Outlet, I felt like I had to read it to understand the reference. I don't understand the reference. I don't understand why they made it their name, other than if they thought it sounded cool, but I've read it now, so there's that. This next one is purely just a cover buy, so I'm sorry about that, but it's Pure Color by Sheila Heti. I think the cover's cool. This is another one that I've seen everywhere. Like, I feel like I see this book on TikTok all the time. Not that I'm on TikTok that much, but whenever I am, I see it. And the inside flap just makes it sound crazy. It says, Pure Color tells the story of the life from beginning to end. It is a galaxy of a novel, explosive, celestially bright, huge, and streaked with beauty. It is a contemporary Bible, an atlas of feeling, and a shape-shifting epic. Sheila Heti is a philosopher of modern experience, and she has reimagined what a book can hold. What is that? It just sounds like crazy high praise, and it doesn't really fill me in what the book is about, but now I'm definitely interested because that sounded crazy. After that, we've got Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. I'm not like a big Sally Rooney bitch. I've only read Conversation with Friends. I haven't read Normal People, But when this book was coming out, everyone was really hyped about it, so when I saw it on Book Outlet for cheap, I had to get it. I know it's a coming of age story. I'm assuming that it has very messy, real human characters, like Conversation with Friends did, and like she's been known for. And I'm sure it's a love story, like her other books. And I'm excited to get to it and see if I can get the Sally Rooney hype, because I'm not yet on the Sally Rooney hype train, but we'll see if this book does it for me. After that, I picked up Drown by Junot Diaz. I don't know much about this book, but the description made me really interested in it. It follows a main character who follows his family's journey from Santo Domingo to the tenements of industrial New Jersey, and the epic passage from hope to loss to something like love. It sounds interesting, and that's why I picked it up. Nothing really more to say here. Let's move on. This one I can't say the name of. Let's try. Ariadne. Whatever it is, it's by Jennifer Smith. Saint. Oh my god, I can't even get that right. I picked this up because I love Greek mythology and I love reading books about Greek mythology. I have the idea that this is a love story from what I've read on the back, but other than that, I know nothing about it. If you can tell, I really love going into books just blindly. I just like experiencing it like that and not having all these expectations for what it's going to be. And this little order specifically was just me putting out feelers for books and just grabbing anything that sounded interesting because I want to expand what I'm reading. And a lot of these are books that I haven't really heard of before, so that goes with this one as well. And the last book I picked up is Paradise by Toni Morrison. Someone please describe to me if this is a series or not, because I heard someone say that it was like a sequel to Beloved, which would be great because I have Beloved on my shelf right here. I just picked this up because I want to read Toni Morrison. The back says, it opens with a horrifying scene of mass violence and chronicles its genesis in an all-black small town in rural Oklahoma. It sounds interesting. I've heard so much praise for Toni Morrison and I really just want to experience her books, which is why I picked it up. Someone please tell me, is this the sequel to Beloved, or can I read this independently? Do I have to read them in an order? Someone help. I need help. Well, there you go. Those are all the books I ordered from Book Outlet because I went crazy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video. Goodbye.